guys, so today I'm going to do an Emma Watson inspired makeup tutorial from her Glamour magazine cover shoot. She has a purple smoky eye and I thought it could be something that you could wear every day, and I used products that aren't too expensive. The main product that I did use is my Naked palette. So just go ahead and keep watching and I'm going to get started. Okay, so now I'm going to start on the other eye. I've obviously done this one. I'm going to use the Naked palette. And I'm going to start off using Virgin, just on the entire lid. I've already done my brows, and I used Max Omega for my brows, both sides. We're going to start with the Naked 2 brush, the fluffy end, and then this more tapered end, I guess. Tapered? I don't know. We're going to start with the other end. We're just going to put Virgin all over the lid, because on the magazine cover it looks like she has more of a natural, not too shimmery, but a lighter color to match her skin tone almost, but a little more enhancing. So I'm going to put that all over the lid generously, especially in the inner tear duct, because it's going to be our highlight. And this is kind of a purpley smoky eye, so if there's any fallout, don't worry about it till after. We'll get to that. Done that, we are going to use E.L.F's brightening eyeliner in the color Plum. It's pretty dark. I'm just going to, get it all over under the lid, and then on top to about midway through your lid, and then definitely you want to not get it too high on the brow bone, just kind of to your crease, maybe a little bit higher on this side. You can tell that I didn't go too high up. And then don't put too much on it first. You want to build as much as you can, and then just kind of pull it out over here. Doesn't really matter if it's perfect or not, because we're going to be putting eyeshadow over it. It's just our base. And just rub it under your eye too. I'm going to use my MAC 209, just a thin angled brush. Just a thin brush. And I'm going to use my Maybelline's gel eyeliner in the color Blackest Black. Just looks like this. And I'm going to line my upper waterline, not my lower. When you put this on, it'll be touching your lower line when you're blinking and such. So that is what I'm going to use for my lower waterline. Whew, my eye's watering. Okay, so now that that's done, move on to Gunmetal in the Naked palette. That's the next color we're going to use, the very last one on the palette. And that's the color we're going to put over all the purple that you just did. I'm going to start on the bottom lash line and just generously pat that on, and it gives that extra shimmer that she has on the cover. But on the cover of Glamour, she has really dark in the corner, but it doesn't go all the way in. It's just really concentrated on this outer lid, or outer part of your lid. Am I so sniffly? Bring it up. I use this angled brush by Real Techniques because it really is precise. I mean, you can use a fluffy brush if you want. I'm going to use a fluffy brush for the really dark part when I put black over it. This works just right. Now I'm going to move on to Creep. It's the black color in the palette right here. And I'm going to use the other end of that Naked 2 brush, just the fluffy end, and literally dab it into the color, because you don't want too much of the black. Make sure that you tap it off, because it doesn't look like she has too much. It only looks like it's on that outer V of your eye. And just almost dab it and kind of bring it in so it's a little more blended. I'm going to use a more tapered brush, which is also a Kirkland brush, to just dip the end of it into that creep and kind of run it along your lash line. You don't want it to be too defined, it just smokes out. Rub it along there. We're not going to use a liner on the top line. This will just be our makeshift liner. Just going to do a little bit more on that top lash line with creep from midway through the lid to the outer corner. Just right there. Okay, and then now I'm going to move on to mascara. I'm going to use my favorite mascara, and that is Voluminous by L'Oreal, waterproof. It's in black brown. I on accident got the black brown, but I actually really like it. So I think I'm going to keep getting this one. And it doesn't look like she's wearing any false lashes, so just make sure that you're pretty generous with the amount that you add to your lashes. And I love a dramatic lash, so I always coat it on pretty thick. And then for the bottom lashes, I'm going to use Clinique's Bottom Lash Mascara. It has a really tiny wand. It's really baby. And it's more precise. So now that the eye is basically done, I'm going to go back and use Virgin. And I'm going to get the inner tear duct just one more time just to make it extra illuminated. Not too much because hers looks pretty natural, but the way the light hits it, it kind of reflects off of it, so it stands out a lot. And then I'm just going to dab a little bit on top of what we did under that eye so that it's a lighter purple color. And then just to add a little bit extra for that waterline, I actually used the L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering eyeliner in the color black. Black Noir. So I'm just going to line that waterline and go into the tear duct a little bit. So not too much, but just enough for that extra added dramatic lash. Do the other side too so that they match. And there we go. And now I'm going to do the rest of my face. I'm just going to get rid of a little bit of the shine that the lights give me, and I'm going to use my Rimmel Stay Matte powder for that on a multitask brush by Real Techniques. That's the pink one. It's pretty fluffy. She looks pretty matte on the cover, so let's try to do that as well. Okay, and then for the cheeks, I'm going to use my favorite bronzer I've ever used. It's the NYC Bronzer in the color Sunny, and I just use another Kirkland brush for that, just a fluffy brush. And just always circular motions in the cheekbone, and bring it up a little bit onto my forehead, just anywhere where you think the sun would naturally hit your face. And this one has a few hairs that fall out always, so I have some black hairs on my face. It's not really me, it's the brush. Just always circular. She doesn't have too much on her face, so that should be good. And get your neck. Always get your neck. And then for blush, I'm going to use my E.L.F. blush in the color Pink Passion. Love this color so much. Just looks like she has a little bit of color just dusted on her cheeks. And then I'm going to use my Real Techniques contour brush for my cheeks. Just get the apples and kind of bring it back. Okay, so I've just popped my hair up in a clip to try to make it look more like her Glamour magazine cover, since I have such long hair. It's a little crazy looking. And then for the lip, on the cover, it's not too much, it's really natural, so I'm just going to use my Burts Bees. I always use my Burts Bees before I put any lipstick on. And then I'm going to use Revlon's Coralberry. Not too much of a bold lip, just needs to be really natural, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that on. And then I'm going to use my Naked little lip gloss that I got with my Naked 2 palette. It's amazing, it's probably my favorite lip gloss I've ever had. On the cover of Glamour, this is basically all she has on. It's just like a little bit of shimmer, nothing too much, just pretty natural. So this is the final look. Bye guys! Thanks for watching!